Hello, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is your tarot, rune, astro, dice, and oracle reading for the month of September 2023. So the rune that came out for you is the blank rune called Weird. And this is the rune of fate is really going to be unfolding for you in the month of September. Like the events that will take place this month, it's something that you aren't going to be able to perceive right now in this present moment. There is going to be circumstances that unfold for you that you can't even visualize right now, even if you wanted to. So this is kind of like the twists of fate that the universe brings upon us that are unpredictable. Also, there is a large element here of you kind of crafting your own story this month and your own, I don't know why I'm showing you, there's literally nothing to show. It's a blank rune, but you're crafting your own fate and destiny this month as well. So I feel like this month of September can be summarized as a dance with destiny, a dance with fate. There will be karmic events unfolding that the universe is bringing to you, and then you will react and choose what you want to focus on this month in order to craft your own fate as well. So the energy feels very high just starting out this reading. So your astro dice, you have Mercury in Cancer in the 9th house. So Mercury is retrograde in the sign of Virgo right now, but when we have Mercury being represented as Cancer, I'm seeing a lot of communication with matters of the home. I'm seeing changes with the home. So Libra, you might be feeling guided to do some home renovations or redecorating or getting rid of some old stuff. You may feel like some of your furniture is time to be replaced. I'm really feeling that for you. Or you have this pressure to kind of like get rid of a lot of stuff, organize, and make your home more acceptable for more guests to come. I'm seeing energies like that. In the 9th house, this is the house of international travel, and it's the house of learning and higher education and religion, spirituality. And so I do wonder if some of you guys will be having some visitors from other places of the world come to stay with you, or if you're doing that yourself this month, like couch surfing or Airbnb-ing. That's all really standing out here. I'm seeing like innkeeper energy with you, so you may be actually having some guests over this month, and you're just wanting to make the space as presentable and open for guests as possible. You know, you might have found that your previous lifestyle may not have been very open to having guests over and having like a daily person, daily friends in your life. And so you may be making room in your home, in your schedule, in your daily life to embrace more visitors, more friends, more people. You may be prioritizing wanting more people in your home, in your heart, in your routine. So that's really beautiful. Your spirit animal this month is the mouse. Beautiful. So the mouse is a lovely guide, and this is earth energy. And we're in Virgo season for the first few weeks of September. So I am seeing a lot of hard work when it comes to your career and getting things really organized in your life. I'm seeing a digital clean out as well, like going through all your old photos and emails and like getting rid of them and doing like a phone detox. You know, we sit here all the time and we talk about cleansing your energy, cleansing yourself, your space, but most of us are so active on the digital field, and I feel like we need to start talking about energetically cleaning out your technology. It's a whole different world there, but like if your phone, for example, has all these pictures of you and your ex and like all just random stuff, you know, clearing that out to make room for new memories to come in would be really interesting, really cool, don't you think? Like, think about doing a digital detox, a digital cleanse, similar to how you would cleanse the energy of your home. You're probably going to be doing both. I'm seeing a large degree of like organization for you this month, though. It seems like organization seems to be the big theme here, as well as just working hard and achieving your dreams. The mouse spirit is also really great at problem solving. And I'm seeing like the word MacGyver is coming through, which means like you have an issue in your home or somewhere and you kind of come up with a solution yourself. Like if there is a draft in your window, just duct tape it, you know? You don't need to completely replace the whole window just yet. Like you can find a solution that works for right now. So I am seeing a lot of that. I am seeing a lot of DIY energy now that I'm thinking about it, and Pinterest energy, you know, like little projects you could do yourself. You know, for example, if you have been wanting to get a new coffee table, you're like, well, what if I made a coffee table? Wouldn't that be cool? I don't know how to do that, but what if I learned? So I'm seeing that type of energy. Your energy oracle is attachment, Libra. What are you attached to? It's time to let go. Really, attachment's not a good card upright because it shows you chained up to the idea of a person or an identity, and you're finding it hard to let go. And we even see here, she's like holding up the mask that she's been wearing, and she's like, I don't want to be this person anymore. I don't want to have this be my reality. And she's in this cold, dark room, and oh man, this month I feel like the retrograde season that's going on right now is really going to be illuminating some of your attachments that it's time to let go of and free yourself from. Mama Moon's coming in to say, yep, new moon in Scorpio, work through your fears. What are you afraid of, Libra? And with the mouse card as well, it's a very fearful spirit animal. So I am seeing a lot of fear here. Are you afraid of, like, for example, if you're single and you really want a relationship, are you afraid of getting attached to someone in an unhealthy way and having that ruin your peace that you cultivated as a single person? Or if you're in a relationship or some friendships that you're not resonating with anymore, are you afraid to let go of that attachment because you don't know what will happen when you're by yourself? You know, try to work through those fears, because I do feel like fear is keeping you attached to a certain identity or person or job or something that it's time to let go of. That's what I'm seeing. So we're gonna get 9 tarot cards, 3 rows of 3. But actually, hold on, pause. With the new moon, it seems more so like something new is trying to enter your life. And we got that idea of guests coming in. So I don't feel like your fears are necessarily preventing you from letting go this month. It feels like something's trying to come in to your life this month, and you have some fears around that needs to be worked through. And you may be still chained to this attachment of you currently, you not having this new energy in your life. So that's really interesting. 9 tarot cards, 3 rows of 3 from the Heaven and Earth Oracle. We have 7 of Swords coming out as your first card, unstable effort. And you know what's funny? In this deck, we have these little words down here, and this says unstable effort. Normally, I view the 7 swords as lying, cheating, stealing, but here I'm actually viewing this as someone being very inconsistent with you. For example, like, you may spend time with them and it's really great, you love their energy, but then after you're like separated, they may leave you on red like for an entire day regularly, or randomly just communicate in spurts, and it feels very unstable, and that may be triggering your attachment wounds, guys. It feels very unstable. I would be aware of that. That may be something that you need in relationships, is stable efforts, and, you know, basic things like, hey, don't leave me on red all day, because that makes me, first off, it's disrespectful, it's rude, and it makes me feel like, you know, you don't like me or whatever. Like, it makes me feel like you might be trying to manipulate me into playing this cat and mouse game, and I don't like that. Oh, and we have mouse here as well. Oh dear. I do wonder, Libra, if some of you are, I'm not going to sit here and say someone's trying to play a cat and mouse game where they're trying to get you to like chase them, or, and then when you stop chasing them, they chase you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying someone's doing that on purpose, but some of you may be experiencing that right now. And it's like, listen, I don't want to sit here, and it doesn't even have to be romantic. This could be anyone, you know? I don't want to play those games, you know, that makes me feel insecure. That makes me feel like I'm on this constant high and low. Like, I don't want to attach myself to you if you're going to be playing those games. So I feel like the highest vibrating Libras watching here, that's your mindset right now. You're like, I don't want to play these cat and mouse games, and you may need to have a conversation there. You don't want to accidentally form an attachment to someone or something that's very unstable. So, second card out for you is the 5 of Swords in reverse, right next to that 7 of Swords, guys. Yeah, this is really, really significant. These 2 cards next to each other, extremely significant. Okay, I'm seeing you'd rather walk away. You'd rather walk away than, you know, put up with people's games. Like, I'm just seeing you're over it. I feel like this is coming out way too commonly in readings this year. I just feel like, especially in the dating world, if you're single, if you're dating, or even like just trying to find your soul tribe, the process of doing that, I just feel like it's way too normalized in today's society to play these games. And, you know, people, especially with the phones, are oftentimes not viewed as a human. You know, if I say something to you in person and you hear what I'm saying and you don't respond back and you go do your own thing, that's rude. So like leaving someone on red is equally as rude, in my opinion. You know, playing hot and cold, inconsistent is rude. Even in a professional sphere, like I'm at least going to reply to your email within 24 hours. You know, that is common courtesy. It's nice, you know. I feel like, and I come back to the phones and technology again, which is so funny because Mercury's in retrograde. So this is like kind of a big theme here. I feel like as a society, we need to really talk about and sculpt and put it in our minds, you know, what is polite and impolite when it comes to our communication over technology, and what is appropriate and inappropriate. We need to talk about that more. I feel like, because if you think about it, the internet and, you know, cell phones, it's kind of newish, you know, it's only been out for the last like decade or two. And I just feel like we should be as strict about what is polite and proper with phones and with technology, you know. If someone, like, for example, burping in your face and getting up and leaving the dinner table without saying goodbye or like whatever, if that's rude and you're like disgusted by that behavior and you're like, oh man, I don't want a second date with them, we should equally be holding that standard in the technological sphere, I think. And it's not to say like you need to like live by your phone and like worship it, but it's like if someone is being very inconsistent and leaving you on red and, you know, posting on social media while you have a message left undelivered, it should be looked at as equally disgusting as someone being obnoxious to a waiter, I think, or someone like, I don't know, tracking mud all through your house. Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. That might be something for someone. I'm just seeing it come up. Third card out is the Ace of Swords in reversed. Yeah. You know, Mercury retrograde is going to be in effect until September 15th, I believe. And I feel that very strongly for you. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be completely honest. I feel it really strongly for you. By the way, happy birthday if it's your birthday, right? Libra season starts in September, right? Is that right? Yeah. But yeah, I am seeing communication being unstable with someone. Pay attention to that. You know, I would say hold your boundaries with that. Be very stern, be very direct. You don't have to put up with rude behavior. Second row out for you, fourth card, is the Four of Wands, which is actually a really happy card, and it says perfected work. So we see a completed project here, some type of accomplishment happening. If you are in contract work, or you're somebody who works on projects, I see you completing a really big project this month that is like, you're gonna be really proud of your work, really proud of what you do. Also, this can apply to other areas of your life. It doesn't have to be work related. Like, this could be you worked really hard to get a relationship off the ground, and this month you may be experiencing a marriage or a baby, or like you worked really hard to build a home and it's finally complete. So whenever the Four of Wands comes out, it's a really happy message, because it's like you worked hard for this and here it is complete and it's really, really happy. And this card oftentimes can represent things like weddings, baby showers, some type of promotion, some type of job completed, some type of goal acquired. So again, this is just an incredibly, incredibly happy energy for you. I see you reaching a big goal and you worked hard for this. Center of your spread is strength in reverse. Okay, try not to pussy out of telling this person how you feel is what I want to say. You know, if someone is making you feel defeated or like you're just offended by their behaviors, have an open, honest, and authentic conversation. Whenever the strength card comes out in reverse, it's like you want to say something, but you don't. It's like you want to address the shadow attributes of a relationship, or even the shadow attributes of something that exists within yourself, like a problem that you keep choosing to have in your life. You know, and especially with attachment, guys. Oh my gosh, especially with attachment. It's like you've been complaining about the same problems over and over and over again, but you're not doing anything to actually fix it or change it. Spirit's saying, don't be a complainer this month. Find a solution, okay? If someone's behavior is annoying you, tell them directly. Don't wait. Don't play the games anymore. I feel like Spirit is guiding you out of a repeating cycle. I feel like in the past, you may have, you know, waited too long to tell people how you really feel, or you might have gave in to these hot and cold games with people. You may have just constantly complained about a problem but never did anything about it. This is past you that we are walking away from, and we're letting go of that attachment. And I feel like Spirit's saying now is almost like you learned that lesson, and now the universe is like kind of giving you some free reign, some, you know, freedom, some responsibility to kind of put that lesson into practice in the real world by yourself. And I'm getting a vision here of like a young teenager earning their parents' trust, and like these two are really, like the parent and the child are talking about, you know, the protocol for like being out on your own and having more freedom, more responsibility. And, you know, they're like, the parents like, okay, you have to call me at this hour and like do this, but don't do that, and you have to be home at this time. And it's like they just got this new curfew or something, and the parents like, okay, now go out and have fun. And they're like at home, like hoping that the teenager is going to listen to them and follow the protocol, and the teenager has all this new freedom, and it feels really nice, really fun. But like maybe they don't want to mess it up, or maybe they will mess it up, who knows. And the parent just has to see how this first openness to freedom, how the teen will handle it. And then from there, they'll decide, you know what, you can't have this curfew, this new curfew, or you can't have this newfound responsibility, freedom, like you can't handle it yet. So let's go back and work on this again. I'm kind of seeing you in that predicament. Some of you might be parents literally in that predicament if you have teenagers, but I am actually seeing the universe itself as kind of like your parent, and they're like, okay, we learned this lesson, now go out and try to apply it. And I feel like September is like a testing month for that. It's like, okay, are you going to communicate your thoughts and feelings as they come up or within reasonable timing? Are you going to call out cat and mouse behavior when you see it? Are you going to speak your feelings, or are we going to get into another thing like the past? Okay. Sixth card out for you is the High Priestess in reverse. Okay, guys, your intuition's trying to tell you something here, and I don't know if you're listening to it. Yeah, especially underneath the Ace of Swords in reversed. It's like there's a truth here that I feel like you're trying to avoid. Like you're not admitting something to yourself. I am seeing, to be honest, some Libras this month, and it might not be you. This could just, I'm tuning into Libra energy in general. You will notice a lot of Libra energy people may be dealing with addiction and having to admit that they have that problem, have that addiction, and they need to overcome it. And it's like, will you be honest to yourself about the problems that you're currently facing in life and your responsibility that led into that? And it doesn't have to be an addiction to anything like hard drugs or alcohol. It could also be like a love addiction, an addiction to relationships, an addiction to some sort of behavior that's not good for you. And it's like you have to be real, honest, and authentic about yourself. Like, this behavior is destructive and I need to break out of it. So I am seeing that need to really see yourself clearly and see the truth of the situation here and what's going on. Final row out for you, seventh card, is the Nine of Swords, and it says despair and cruelty. Yeah, guys, I don't like this reading, to be honest. I mean, we do see a win. We do see a win with the Four of Wands, and that's wonderful. But honestly, all these other cards are like, there is something or someone in your life, or like a problem. I'm seeing for some of you it's your own addiction, but that addiction can be manifesting into a relationship as well, or some type of situation that is rooted from your own addiction. Like, for example, if you're codependent, that is the root addiction, but then you may be having a troublesome relationship kind of be the symptoms of that addiction. That's what I'm seeing here. And Spirit's saying, like, you don't need to suffer. What you need to do right now is look at the cold, hard truth. I feel like there is a painful truth that you may be avoiding admitting this month. For some of you, you could be in a really bad relationship, for example, and you're avoiding the truth of that. Like, you don't want to admit it, and you're trying to remain positive. You're trying to look on the bright side. You're trying to resolve issues. And the universe is like, darling, like, this person, Five of Swords reversed, they're argumentative. They're not listening to you. They don't want to work with you. They just want to defend themselves and their ego. They're very much in their ego. How are you supposed to have a healthy relationship with someone like that? You really can't. You know, if someone is refusing to do the work, if someone is refusing to put their ego aside. And by ego, like, let's get clear about what ego means. Ego is getting defensive. Like, this is my point of view, and this is how I feel. Every time you bring up an issue or want to work through something, if it's always defensiveness, that person has a large ego that they are defending, okay? That is protecting your ego. Your ego is like your sense of self. It is just wanting to believe that you are perfect. And I feel like there's a problem. It's like you're turning a blind eye to either your own problems or other people's problems. Honestly, it feels like both, okay? Because it's your problem because you're keeping yourself in the situation, and it's the other person's problem from whatever they're doing. Like, you're trying to convince yourself a situation is not as bad as it actually is, and it's like, look at the reality of this. And I believe we have Neptune in retrograde, right? Let me double check. But with that, for the month of September, I really do feel that the rose-colored glasses are coming off. The disillusionments that we have towards our relationships and like kind of avoiding problems or not seeing things very clearly, that's coming off in September. Yeah, so June 30th to December 6th, we are going to be in Neptune retrograde. During this time, so basically until December 6th, so most of the second half of 2023, we have Neptune retrograde, and I feel like this is making us see people very clearly for who they are and see our own behavior very clearly for what it is. So look back at like around June, who did you start viewing more clearly, like seeing who they really are more clearly? What situations of your life are you like really clearly seeing like, oh, there's issues here that need to be addressed? I feel like there's going to be a lot of work because we're in the heart of this retrograde in September. In this month, you know, there's going to be a lot of work with that. Whew, 8 of Swords, guys, Libra. Shortened force. This is literally a card that would depict turning a blind eye to something, like wrapped up in a prisoner in your own reality, blindfolded, bound, surrounded by swords. It's like, you don't have to stay here, guys. Also, I want to clarify here. This feeling is very temporary, okay? The emotions you're feeling right now, very temporary. You don't have to sit here and be in this energy of despair all month, I promise you. You're being asked to look at your shadow this month and see where the problems actually are in your life. You know, I feel like you've been avoiding problems. Final card out, Queen of Pentacles. Look where this is going to take you. Okay, I know this was a little difficult of a reading to hear, but like if you follow the advice from this reading, it is taking you to the Queen of Pentacles energy, which is that beautiful innkeeper energy we were feeling earlier. Like you having a lot of money, first and foremost, a really happy, beautiful home, and lots of friends to host and have in your heart. We see abundance. We see physical beauty, health, wealth, and happiness here. It is wonderful. And she has a wand here that has like a clear quartz, which just shows that her physical power amplifies her intentions. Okay, so the month of September is leading you to a place where you are self-sufficient, financially independent, healthy, and really, really grounded and solid, not only in your resources and your health, but also in your mind, because they're very deeply connected. Okay, becoming more mentally stable, financially stable, emotionally stable. That is what this month is trying to bring you towards. But in order to get there, you need to stop ignoring your intuition and turning a blind eye to some truths that are in your life, okay? I would say work through your fears. Why are you afraid of letting go of certain attachments? Look at it this way. The more you let go of negative attachments, you're actually inviting in new energy. And that energy is going to be really good friends, money, stability, okay? But you're not going to get there if you're going to keep holding on to these attachments and ignoring these problems that you have in your life, okay? Thank you guys for joining me. Tough reading, but this will be a highly transformative month for you if you follow the advice in this reading. Like, really, this will be a big turnaround for you. Like, this is the month where you do hard work towards yourself and really, really look at your life and where it's at right now, and finally, hopefully, let go of these negative attachments, okay? So thank you guys. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. I would love to hear how this resonated down below in the comment section. And definitely watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus to get the fullest overview of this month ahead for you. If you want a personal psychic reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I also offer spiritual life coaching sessions there and my goddess energy intention oil. Bye-bye.